Yes, I'm an evil little seraph, aren't I? Heartless brutality aside, welcome to the Ice Cap Zone! This level's gimmick? Take a bloody guess. This is my favourite level of Sonic 3. It's beautiful to look at, only a few enemies to worry about, and to ice cap it all off, it's got a decent music track at last! Yeah, 70 mph head-on collisions with stone cliffs, 200-foot drops and avalanches, all incredibly survivable scenarios. You could almost cut the sarcasm with a knife, but I'd recommend a diamond pickaxe. It's worth mentioning that this bonus stage is actually called the anti-gravity bonus stage. I can't help but notice there is a significant lack of anti-gravity going on. But on reflection, I suppose they couldn't really call it the big shaft with glowing balls bonus stage. Didn't stop me though. Also, due to the random nature of the aforementioned glowing balls, there is a chance you'll get a different shield to the one you're actually looking for. FYI, 3 water shields and a stack of rings does not a happy seraph make. Swinging carts like this one are common in Act 1. Be cautious though. There's usually a bed of frosty spikes near the top of them. I always like these frosty spikes. Makes a nice change from the narrow white triangle things you find in other levels. These star pointers, or Isidus, as they are known in Japan, they slowly float towards you and launch ice balls at you. Very slowly. However, they can't penetrate shields, leaving the robot completely helpless and open to a dandruff salad. I've got no idea what the hell these things are, but the gas they produce freezes you on the spot. If you get frozen, you take damage when you break loose. The entire level loops vertically, giving this crevasse the illusion of a bottomless pit. Simply jump on this block to continue. A mechanic that's only used twice, but adds much needed depth to an otherwise rather short level. Up here we meet the only other common enemy of the level. An example of how Japan screwed itself in the naming of enemies. They call it Pen Pen. But the Western world receives the Penguinator. Bear in mind this game was released 3 years after Terminator 2 Judgment Day, so the name will be getting pretty old by now. And to add insult to injury, the only thing they can do is slide on their stomachs, usually straight off a cliff. Killing them is a mercy. These 2 columns can and will kill you if given half the chance, but follow what I do and you should be fine. Somewhat ironic that I start recording a commentary for a winter-style level the same day a cold snap hits England. Although, speaking as a man who works the night shift, I can honestly say this is not a cold snap. It's a bloody cold rupture! Dispensing with personal reflections, we have here the second bottomless pit. This time, however, you need to push the block down the slope yourself, and then jump on it before it runs away. Should you miss it, or push it too hard and it runs off without you, fall down the crevasse once again and it should reset. I turned, and now could see, around and all beneath my feet, a lake of ice that seemed far less like water than clear glass. The Danube, even in winter, never congealed its currents to so thick a veil as this. And if the Tambernic had crashed down here, its very fringe would not have cracked or creaked. The Divine Comedy, Infernus, Canto 32, lines 22 to 30. Dante's description of the frozen lake Cocytus. Mistranslated? Possibly. Mispronounced? Almost certainly. Why am I quoting Dante? It's an ill-fated attempt to infuse this LP with a bit of culture. Pointless, I know, but you can't say I haven't tried. With the cave now closed off, your only path is forward, towards the sub-boss. This thing is called Big Isidus. Apparently it's styled on some kind of snowman. Personally, however, I think it looks more like a suit of armour for a one-legged teddy bear. Its gimmick is to gather ice blocks and hurl them at you. Here's a trick. Stand directly underneath the robot, and the falling blocks never hit you. Avoid its swooping attack by hiding in the corner, and hit this thing 6 times to take it down. 2 starts outside. Yes, I'm running out of things to talk about. My reason for this will become clear soon enough. But for now, we once again meet a group of robots that appear on screen, only to vanish into the ether. Banished, perhaps, to an alternate reality. But one of their number returns to bid us a final farewell. Even though this is my favourite level of Sonic 3, I can't help but notice a lack of originality. With the exception of the scripted snowboard section, the local enemies, some scrolling level tricks, and the introduction of a freezing mechanic, this is just a bog-standard level that could have been copy-pasted from Sonic 1 or 2. While watching my recorded footage, I begin to think that my reason for liking this level lies not in its own merits, but the fact that I came here from level 4. Level 4 being an irritating maze of bright lights, horrid music, and frustrating gimmicks. And coming here is like a relaxing break. A return to a more basic and easygoing style of gameplay. That said, I still love this place. Anyway, these ice blocks float in water but sink when you stand on them. Be very careful if you intend to collect this warp ring. The water here is a pitfall trap, with only this one spring to aid you. These Robotnik items can be found in earlier stages, but this is the first time I caught them on camera. Breaking them has the same effect as taking damage from an enemy. Avoid at all costs. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume you understand the basic mechanics of a trampoline. The only trick with these ones is staying on them. Not an easy task if you're using Supersonic. This is, sadly, an incredibly short level, and the level boss is just further on. I'd recommend trying to get a fire shield from this star post to take it out, but otherwise settle for Supersonic or expert timing.
Sonic, old chap, I'm freezing my buttons off. How are you coping with only a pair of shoes and some gloves?
It's called running, you idiot. You know, exercise.
Yes, whatever. This is my Freezer-mobile, equipped with the latest in cryogenic technology.
You can't freeze a Super Saiyan rip-off. Oh, and having a convenient platform for me to stand on and reach you is a big mistake.
Oh, bugger, my liquid nitrogen tank has ruptured.
Yeah, better watch out for that. This could be a challenge if I wasn't cheating.
You have no regard for gentlemanly conduct, have you?
Yeah, whatever, you prick. Ice cap? Conquered. Well, since Tails can't navigate for shit, looks like I'll have to dig to the Death Egg.